At least 41 people were killed and 14 others injured in a fire at a church in the city of Giza, near Cairo, Egypt's Coptic Church said, citing the health ministry. Egypt's health ministry earlier said several people were killed in the fire at the Abu Sifan Coptic Church in the Imbaba neighborhood on Sunday and that ambulances transferred at least 55 injured people to local hospitals. An initial investigation pointed to an electrical short circuit, according to a police statement. Two security sources told Reuters news agency an electrical fire broke out as 5,000 worshippers gathered for mass, causing a stampede. 15 fire engines were dispatched to the scene to put out the flames while ambulances ferried the casualties to nearby hospitals. President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi spoke by phone with the Coptic Christian Pope Tewodros II to offer his condolences, the president's office said.
Taliban took control of Afghanistan last August, promising to bring peace to the country racked by decades of conflict and U.S. occupation. As the group is set to mark its first anniversary in power, concerns have been raised about the security situation in the country, with ISIS managing to carry out several deadly attacks. Last week, an ISIL affiliate killed a senior Taliban scholar.
Pakistan celebrates Diamond Jubilee of Independence. The nation is celebrating Sunday the Diamond Jubilee of its independence after completion of 75 years since Independence Day, with traditional zeal and fervor across Pakistan. The day dawned with a 31 one-gun salute in the federal capital and 21 one-gun salute in the provincial headquarters. Special prayers were offered in mosques at dawn for peace, solidarity and prosperity of the country. The main feature of the celebrations every year is the national flag hoisting ceremony in Islamabad. Similar flag hoisting ceremonies are also at provincial, divisional and district headquarter levels throughout the country. President Dr. Arif Alvi urged the nation to remain steadfast and work wholeheartedly for the development and progress and prosperity of the country. We need to remain united to overcome financial, economic and security challenges faced by the country. Let us pledge that we will remain steadfast to render any sacrifice for the dignity and self-respect of our people and greatness and glory of our beloved homeland, the president said in a message on the 75th anniversary of independence of Pakistan being observed on August 14. While celebrating the day, he stressed that they should not forget their oppressed brothers and sisters of Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir. Meanwhile, Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif, in his message on Independence Day, said that nothing is more dangerous for a nation than internal division, disruption and chaos, for such negative forces undermine the solidarity and integrity of the country and rob societies of the national purpose. He said that Independence Day is a watershed moment in our nation's history. In a bid to put the country on the trajectory of progress and bring economic stability, Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif stressed the need for holding a national dialogue and developing a consensus on the Charter of Economy among all stakeholders. Addressing a national flag hoisting and unveiling of re-recording ceremony of the national anthem here at the Jinnah Convention Center, PM Shehbaz Sharif said that like their forefathers, on this 75th Independence Day, they vowed to transform Pakistan into an economic power. If we can become a nuclear power, we can also become an economic power, but for it we have to strive day and night and prove to the world that we are no less than anyone in the world, he added. The ceremony was attended by federal ministers, parliamentarians, senior military and law enforcement agencies leadership and people belonging to all walks of life. In his messages on the eve of Independence Day, former President and President PP parliamentarians Asif Ali Zardari said that the supremacy of elected parliament of the people is essential for a free, independent and dignified Pakistan. Now the time has come to make sustainable decisions for the country and the nation by fully implementing the Charter of Democracy. He said the power-hungry dictators tried to distort the constitution but failed. Only an empowered parliament can decide the future of the country and the nation. Shahid Mohtama Benazir Bhutto solidified the pact of unity and solidarity between the Federation and all units with her blood. He said that the 18th Amendment has guaranteed a strong and stable Pakistan. Meanwhile, PMLQ President and former Prime Minister Chowdhury Shujaat Hussain has said that today the entire nation is celebrating Independence Day with enthusiasm, but we should never forget that today Pakistan is facing challenges on internal, external, ideological and geographical fronts.
As many as 35 people, including 5 women, sustained bullet injuries amid the Independence Day celebrations at midnight in Karachi. In an incident in North Karachi, security guards opened fire to mark the 75th Independence Day, without considering the presence of children in the surroundings, GEO News reported.
A delegation of American lawmakers is visiting Taiwan just 12 days after a visit by U.S. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi that angered China. The 5-member delegation will be in Taiwan on Sunday and Monday as part of a trip to Asia, and will meet senior leaders to discuss U.S.-Taiwan relations, regional security, trade, investment and other issues, the American Institute in Taiwan said. The institute represents the U.S. government, which does not have official ties with Taiwan. China, which claims self-ruled Taiwan as its territory, responded to Pelosi's August 2nd visit by sending missiles, warships and warplanes into the seas and skies around Taiwan for several days afterwards. The Chinese government objects to Taiwan having any official contact with foreign governments, particularly with a high-ranking congressional leader like Pelosi.
More than 40 people were killed when a fire ripped through a Coptic Christian church in a working-class district of Greater Cairo during Sunday Mass, church officials said. The blaze, blamed on an electrical fault, hit the Abu Sefane church located in the densely populated Imbaba neighborhood west of the Nile River, part of Giza Governorate. Witnesses described how people rushed into the burning house of worship to rescue those trapped but were soon overwhelmed by the heat and the deadly smoke. Everyone was carrying kids out of the building, Ahmed Reda Bayoumi, who lives next to the church, told AFP. But the fire was getting bigger and you could only go in once or you would asphyxiate. The Egyptian Coptic Church and the Health Ministry reported 41 dead and 14 injured in the blaze before emergency services said they had brought the blaze under control.
Be aware. With the world. APN. Broadcast Service.